I'd go from bronze to mythic if I could only open some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze to Mythic. Show you after our count from Bronze to Mythic, Episode 2, Draft 2 for Foundations, Magic's newest set, and Magic's first real good starter set in a long time. Very, very excited for this set. Draft 1 was a lot of fun. Draft 1 had some pretty cool rares. Our deck wasn't like great, but had cool rares. Check it out, like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, all the episodes are on YouTube, and if you're ever bored, watch the archives. Go watch Strixhaven. It's a fun set, you know? So, we're in Bronze 1. We're going to draft number 2 here, and we'll just rock and roll. All right, let's do this. Man, we lived the Hidetsu second right dream in draft 1, and now we have one of the coolest rares in the set here in Liliana Dreadhorde General in pack 2. This card's ridiculous. 6 mana Planeswalker. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. Plus 1 to make a zombie. -4 to sack creatures. And then -9 to win the game. That's a banger, folks. It's also Micromancer, Hero Downfall, Burst Lightning, Land or Elves. I don't care.
I require servants. Your corpse will volunteer.
Also cool because black has like a sacrifice theme anyway. So I the only fear with this card is literally decking. We just don't want to deck, you know? So we go into pack number 2. What do we see? We see an interesting rare here. Banner of Kinship. 5 mana for an artifact. As it enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters the fellowship counters on it for each creature you control of a chosen type, and then it pumps the whole team of that type. So kind of like a fixed coat of arms, because coat of arms is so confusing to figure out. Honestly, a pretty fun card. I might want to take that one, actually, and give it a spin. We got Cat Collector here, which is really, really good. But like, whatever. Ink Mage, some threshold stuff, and then not much else. Felling Blow is a decent rule spell also. Honestly, I kind of want to try this. You know, again, part of the allure of the early episodes of Bronze to Mythic is learning the format, trying out the rares, seeing what works. And this is one that might work and might not work. I'm interested to see how it does. So I think that Cat Collector here is probably a better card, but I want to do it. So probably want to try and name ooh, man, Sarah Angel. Ooh, all right. I wish I'd taken the cat because Sarah Angel's the card I want to take here now. And black, white. I mean, we could name Angels. That could be a thing, I guess. But in theory, I think naming Zombie would be good. But let's just take the freaking Sarah Angel. So this pack is kind of whatever. Definitely important to note this is a weaker set than expert level sets. You know, you got some crazy decks in Duskmourn and Bloomburrow and stuff. But this set's going to be a little more tame. Obviously, you can see most of these cards have only 2 lines of text on them, so a little simpler. But let's take Sarah Angel here. I always pass a really, really good white card. This is the card in the back by far. Yeah, let's just take it and just see what happens. We might not play the banner, honestly. We don't have to play it. So take Sarah Angel and keep it going here. And we see an interesting one here, a Warden of the Cycles. Of course, this is the Signpost Uncommon for black-green. Signpost Uncommons are gold cards that are uncommon that tell you what the color pair wants to do in draft. So, Wardens of Cycle, 4 mana 4, 3/4, Morbid, end step for creature die this turn, gain 2 or draw a card, lose life. Obviously, green black is all about things dying, which is very good with Liliana too. It's an elf warlock. There are a lot of elf things happening in these colors. Also, Eaten Alive. There's a Dazzling Angel, which is a passable angel card. Just an interesting pick. So, I think if you want to stay with the Sarah Angel theme, the Dazzling Angel makes a lot of sense here. Honestly, though, Eaten Alive is pretty good too. Warden is a pretty good one, though. Warden might be a recent one to jump in. Hence the Signpost. I'm taking the Warden. I think it's the highest upside card. I think you really want your first like 5 picks in a draft to be super high upside things. You want to be, you know, we don't play Sarah Angel, fine. Whatever, plenty of playables. So we get past a Burglar Rat, a Hungry Ghoul, which is a great zombie. Great for sacrifice decks. Great stuff. And then honestly, not much else. this is great. So yeah, the Ghoul is great. Wardens is an elf warlock, so we'll see about tribal stuff. But yeah, sure, Ghoul's great. Take the Zambi.
No tears, please.
And we get past a Sky Mage, which is a really powerful card, but obviously kind of not that flexible. Soul Shackled Zombie is a 4/2 for 4. EDB exile 2 cards from the graveyard. If at least one creature card was exiled, drain for 2. It's fine. Blight Priest is good if you're doing the life gain stuff, which we're not. And then not much else happening here. There's a Mind Rot, Seeker's Folly, which is also -1/-1. I think this zombie's fine. Yeah, sure. Oh no. There are no more black cards. Alright. Well, honestly, Reinforcements is a fine white card. There's a green card here in Gnarlid Colony, which is somewhat unexciting. Green does not seem particularly open, making our double green card not super exciting. So, yeah. I would say if we're like a black-white sacrificey deck, Reinforcements would be very, very good in that deck. Just 2 bodies. Fine rate. Rare here is Brass's Bounty. Basically unplayable literally in anything ever, unless you're playing Commander or whatever. So there's a Raider here, which is kind of good, but I think Reinforcements. So we get past some late white cards. Black has dried up, unfortunately, but we see a Squad Rallier. 4-mana 4/3/4. Look top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a creature card, power 2 us, put in your hand. This card's not very good. It's just filler, but it's okay. You can play it. And also Heir Apparent. This is the Gotta Catch a Ball card in this set, where the more of these you have, the better. I'm in. Sure. It's pretty early. Tokens are really, really good in our deck. Let's do it. Heir Apparent. Sanguine, Siphoner, 1/3 Vampire, Drains for 1. Not particularly great in our deck. A lot of good blue cards here. Tolarian Terror, Adept, but we're like kind of locked into our colors almost at this point. So, what's up, Rob? Yeah. Sure. Take Siphoner. And Blight Priest, not really very good in our deck, but sure. Highlands, Blast. All right. We're going to hope Pack 2 goes a little better for us, honestly. This pack's not been great. I mean, Savannah Lines is fine. It's obviously a playable card. Armor Store Guide is also okay. A card I would not want to play, really, but sure. So we're in a place where we have, a decent curve, some decent card quality. Currently have no removal spells. Kind of after every pack in a draft, you really want to take a second and kind of do a little inventory. What do I have? What do I need? We have no removal right now. So, open a rare, Abyssal Harvester, black 1 for a 3/2. Exile target creature card from a graveyard that's put there of his turn. Make a token. It's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare. There's no other types. So that's interesting. You can kill their stuff and steal it. It's kind of cool. Angel of Finality, 3/4 flyer, exiles graveyards, obviously fine. Healer's Hawk is very good. I don't know how good it is for us, honestly, but Red Black Raider Death Touch. Got an Overrun here also. Classic core set card. Take the rare. Sure. Let's just try it. Give it a spin. Right? Sack our stuff. Kill their stuff. Sacrifice things. We get past ooh, that's a banger. We like that card a lot. Vampire Gourmand. This is a card I called my sleeper card in my set review. I'll go watch it on YouTube. And 2/2 for 2. Attack, sack creature, draw card, becomes unblockable. This card's unreal. Just so good. Constructed playable, I think. Great card. And hopefully we'll table the Infestation Sage or the Hungry Ghoul. Unfortunately, our banner's looking pretty bad so far, but I'm in. Give me a vampire. Who put this in here? All right, what's going on?
Going to clown college.
I don't think this is a. We like to kind of set little sub goals for Bronze and Mythic. I don't think this is a. I don't think this is a possible sub goal, but we got Bake into a Pie, which is a fire removal spell, obviously. Just kill a thing, instant speed. Rebuke, also similar in the guide. Yeah, I mean, Bake in the Pie is fine here, but take a removal spell. I think we're fairly locked in black-white. We get past the Banishing Light. Excellent. Black is not seem particularly open, but at this point we have enough black cards and a black card. We're going to force it, I think. So, sure. Take Banishing Light. Curve is fine. Banner Probably not making him a deck, but whatever. Only one Heir Apparent so far. Any more of those make that playable, but I think the Sanguine Siphoner is also not great without any life gain synergies, so I don't like that. But this guy's got to go too, so. Looking for some more help, we find a Helpful Hunter. Just a little kitty cat. Sorry, Karn. Honestly, seems very, very good in Sacrifice deck. This is just fodder, EDB, draw a card, sack it, get some value. It's cool stuff. We also have Inspiring Paladin, a 3/3. That's a first striker on your turn. This card is nice, but it's more of an aggro card. So this is a pick where we're looking at what our deck wants. We want bodies and card draw. This card does that. So Hunter's good. All right, that's a really good one. So here's a Cat Collector. This card seems unbelievably good. If you gain a life, make a cat token, which is exactly what we're trying to do. And then also, it's just a 3/2 that makes a food, which is great too. So that's really good. Now our life gain cards are back on the menu a little bit here. Otherwise, Soul Shackled Zombie and Make Your Move or kind of whatever. Yeah, obviously insane pick here. Unfortunately, you cannot reanimate Progenitus. It has a clause for that. So does Darksteel Colossus. So yeah, looking for Blood Artist, looking for things like that.
Make a little noise here, huh? Come on, I can't hear you!
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. All right, Jugs. We got the old Juggernaut here. Yeah, I mean, Jugs is like fine. It's not great. Digraph Ghoul is a 1-drop. It's also a zombie. I don't hate Digraph Ghoul here, honestly. Sure. I think Jugs is a little expensive. Let's take the Ghoul. Take the Ghoul. We get past. This is not our table yet. This is the Hungry Ghoul that impact 8. Ghoul's great in our deck, obviously. So take the Ghoul. My table of Ghoul here also. In which case our zombie count starts to look a little better. We have 4 zombies. It would be 5. Then now it's kind of like 6. So it is not table, unfortunately. We get a Crypt Feaster. 3/4 for 4. Threshold. Menace. It's pretty bad. Pilfer's also not great. So Dismal Backwater. And Divine Resilience is indestructible. Kick it. Just a bad protection spell. Not very good. Take a land. Never take a land. So we're like kind of in between again. Where we have like a few life gaining cards that probably aren't relevant. We honestly have a pretty good beatdown curve here. Double Span Alliance and Digraph Ghoul now, so let's see what Pack 3 gives us. Pack 3 gives us a Crystal Barricade. It's a sideboard card in standard for mono red. Not very good. But we got a Serra Angel again. We've got a Billowing Shriek Mass, just ETB mill. Some mill stuff. Eaten Alive. And Sage is great in our deck, but like not a card we want to take early. So it comes down to you want Eaten Alive here or Serra Angel. Serra Angel's a better card. But right now, as far as removal goes, we have Banishing Light, Bake into a Pie. That's it. I think it's Serra Angel's worth the pick here, though. Serra Angel's really, really good. So, Night Aki says, discovered you, love the content. Aww. You too, friend. Happy to have you. Let's take Serra Angel. Let's do it. 2 Serra Angels, 2 5-drops. Ooh, boy. Oh, man.
Good lord.
That's a good card.
Gigantism.
7/7 trample. Whenever creature control goes combat damage, put counters on it. It must survive the counters. Yeah, it's a pretty insane card. But also the monstrous Ceratops. But we have Banishing Light here, which is great. Honestly, we'll hopefully table the reinforcements of the Prideful Parent. Both a bunch of bodies for a cheap cost, which is great. Banishing Light's awesome, though. So, pretty good. Good kill spell.
Suppose you think that was terribly
Sure. We got more Progenituses. So we got a great one here though in Guarded Air. And Guarded Air is 6 mana for a 1/1 lifelink that makes 2 3/3s. So nice bodies, goes nice and wide here, which is great. Love that. Parent Paladin, fine, but nice good 6-drop here. Love it. The Return of Slag Storm, kind of a cool card. But take the air. We get at a Johnny's Pride Mate, a Dazzling Angel, and a Luminous Rebuke. So Pride Mate don't have much life gain in our deck, right? We've got what? Like a food token here or there. That's really it. Don't think we're playing a Siphoner. Yeah, we're mostly just like a black-white deck with a slight sacrifice theme. I mean, Rebuke seems pretty good. It would be our 4th removal spell. Yeah, man. Primate can't be very good, obviously, but Cathar Commander or Bake into a Pie. All right, so this is our 5th removal spell. That's a little much, but I think it's fine. They're all really good, so let's take that. Another Guarded Air. Jeez. Looking a little top-heavy here. It's funny, the Barons actually... You would think that all of the dual lands are created equal. They are not. Scour Barons is by far the best dual land because the life gain also triggers synergy stuff too. So, and Black-White cares about that, but Rebuke Air, also a Banshee. This card's pretty sweet. Let's take the Banshee. Man, a lot of top-end stuff in this pack. Arbiter of Woe. This is a 5/4, 6 mana, sack creature, then ETB mini Archon. It's actually really good in our deck. So we have a lot of sacrifice fodder too. So our deck is expensive, but we have a lot of removal spells. I think this is fine. Twin Blade Blessing is a pretty bad card. It's very expensive. Not great. Pilfer, late Balmor. Jeez, take the Balmor. Our opening pack comes back with a Eaten Alive or an Infestation Sage. We have so much removal. I think the Sage is fine. We have 2 Hungry Ghouls and a Goreman, so we have a lot of sacrifice things. Yeah, just take a cheap card here. And then Prideful Parent, also tables. Excellent. Progenitus goes right in the collection. Thanks for those gems. Appreciate that. So you have a few cuts to make. I think that the banner can go. We got to cut like one more card. Under, I guess the Heir Apparent's not very good, right? And then the Giants probably make tables. Wow. I mean, it's still a bear. It's a bear they're also scared of. Where like it's kind of like the 1 mana Eerie creature from Duskmourn, where like even if you have no enchantments, they're killing that thing on sight. So like it's a flag bearer 2/2. So let's take a look here, and we have 25 cards. I cut 1 card. Double Sarah Angel. This is Shoal Shackled Zombie's not very good. Let's cut this guy. So we are a little clunky here. I mean, this card costs 2, but we have 3/5 drops and 3/6 drops. But realistically, I think core set formats are a little slower, so it's fine. And we've got good cheap curve, a lot of removal spells. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells, which is great. Savannah Lions aren't awesome in our deck, honestly. I could see not playing all of them, but there's not that many cards I'm like excited to play otherwise. Like maybe you could play the Shoal Shackled Zombie over one of them, but I think that's fine. Man, Major Reset, thanks so much. So again, 16 lands is the baseline for best of 1. If you're new here, folks, in best of 1, 16 lands is the baseline, not 17, because of the hand smoother. So 16 is the base. And then even with our curve here, we have some card draw, some things going on. Flooding's bad. So 16 lands is totally fun. Yeah, sure. This is our deck. It's funny, like, I feel like you could almost play the Backwater for life gain synergies, even with only 1 Primate. Is that worth it? Probably not. But yeah. All right, I'm happy with this. So this is our deck. Our deck's pretty cool, honestly. Again, not like a super clean synergy deck, but more than reasonable. Also got a dual land that our colors and didn't, unfortunately. But all right, so there you go. Black, white, mostly like sacrifice stuff. And it's time to make your predictions, folks. If you're on YouTube, take a second, pause the video, scroll to the comments, like in the video along the way, and let me know, are you a believer or a non-believer? Will this deck get 7 wins? Yes or no? Twitch folks, place your bets. Current sleeping, and let's get right to it. All right, we got a split here. Believers and non-believers. Chat coming out. How we doing, folks? Again, it's first name is Jim. Pro-Magic player, full-time content creator, welcome. Sorry my voice is a little raspy. I have a sinus infection. I love you all, though. Happy you're here for Bronze and Mythic. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow is the premiere of 10 New Brews for all you constructed players. I'll see you there, all right? Good stuff. All right. We're going to keep. Hand is not great. Bolt, we have 2 6 drops here. We have a 1-drop that blocks well enough. Removal spell. Got to have a little faith in your deck here. You can't mulligan 3 lands, 4 spells. All right. Vampire Gourmand is an awesome draw. This card is so good. So good. What is 10 New Brews? Love it. Love new viewers. Every new set, I do a show. I build 10 new standard decks for the new set, and I play them. And it's a great time. That's tomorrow. Never blocking here, obviously. They just main phase their Brineborn Cutthroat. Obviously, we're playing in bronze. It is what it is. Don't do that. But one of the early caveats of these early episodes of Bronze Mythic is that we're going to point out our opponent's mistakes. We're not making fun of them. We're just making sure they know what's going on. Again, so we're going to see a lot of new players in Foundations, which is a good thing. That's great. And now I get to see Vampire Gourmand do its thing. So this is obviously a monumental mistake, not tapping. It's on my turn. Now I get to attack and draw a card, which is great. I'm going to sack my Infestation Stage and draw. And then I'll probably play the Parent. You draw some lands here, which is fine, but let's do this. Sack the Sage. And we draw a land. Excellent. There was no early access for the set. They were doing some internal like reshuffling on the arena team and just didn't have the wherewithal to do it. So comes back 4 mid-X sets. Super wide. If this card isn't dealt with immediately, it is just going to take over the game in a deck like this. So, and again, we just want to draw lands here mostly. They're going to bounce the Gourmand and a token at Sorcerer Speed again. Unfortunately, a card like Brineborn Cutthroat is not very, very good if you just choose to play all your instant sorcery speed. I would hope this card would be like a good teaching tool for newer players to train them to play cards on their opponent's turn. For example, the Rave mechanic is a really good teaching tool for newer players to have them learn to play things after combat. But sure, what are you going to do, you know? So, we draw a land. We're going to attack here, I guess. Everything's fine. And then play the Gourmand. Sure. It's all fine by me. So play the Vampire. Say go. And like, while obviously our opponent could have played these cards a lot better, it goes to show the scale, like what happens in a game of Magic, where when stronger, more experienced players are playing, they're just maximizing like every little edge here and there. And like, obviously this is a really, really extreme example where we're just playing these cards in the main phase. But like, that's what happens. Where if you wonder why is a really good Magic player so much better than an average player, like what they're doing is maximizing at all times, but to a level far beyond what we're seeing in this game, obviously. All right, so we draw a Tragic Banshee. We have 5 drops for days. They ran their Scatter on the Gourmand, which is totally reasonable. The card's great, but our hand is just like 10,000 awesome cards. So we're just going to attack here and just play an Angel, I guess. All right, so yeah, land Sour Angel. But our hand is just literally 3 bangers in our removal spell. So and there's another. All right, we're gonna cast our Arbiter of Woe here, I think. So additional cost to cast this. Sack creature. I'm gonna ETBs. They discard those. We drain. So this is a mini Archon of Cruelty. If they have a counter spell, that would be terrible for us, but I just don't think they do. So they obviously drew this last turn and didn't counter this. So again, this game is a really extreme example of like some basic concepts, but it's a good illustration. Typically, when you try to explain something to someone, using an extreme as a way to explain it. So like in this game, card draw, right? How do we know they don't have a counter spell in their hand? Well, we cast this last turn, they didn't counter it, and they played this last turn, which they would have played any other turns. They must have drawn this last turn, so we can deduce no counter spell. I'm gonna laugh if they have one, but there you go. So there's our Arbiter of Woe. They discard. They actually have a counter spell. All right. I'm just gonna finish this game. We're gonna go to the next game, find a more interesting game to play. Again, New players are great. This set's good for new players. Great for the game. There was no auto tap, folks. They only have 2 blue. They didn't need to play their flash creature at sorcery speed. Whatever. So, yeah, we'll attack. And I could have won the game there. I'm just so flabbergasted right now. Alright, so. Only assume my opponent's very new, which is great. So, T-Rap stuff, thanks so much. Everyone learns somewhere. Everyone has their first game at some point, folks, you know? And hopefully that there'll be many more after that. So, remember, folks, we are brought to you by Ultimate Guard, my newest sponsor. This is a phenomenal company. I had an excellent time at MagicCon Vegas after Worlds, playing in the Ultimate Guard booth, doing a meet and beat for 2 hours. I played a ton of games, saw how much stuff was great. Love what they do for the community. Fantastic products. Check them out, ultimateguard.com, wherever Ultimate Guard products are sold near you, in your local stores or online or whatever. And if you don't have Ultimate Guard products in your local store, say, yo, what's up with that? What are we doing here, huh? Come on. Pull it together. All right. This hand's nice. A couple beaters, a couple removal spells. Definitely we're seeing what core set limited looks like in these drafts, where like we just got some dudes, some kill spells. You know, it's much simpler than, you know, a set like Duskmourn, where like there's all these interwoven synergies and like, you know, I need cards for Delirium, but I gotta divide up enough card types for this, but I gotta make sure I have enough this for this, and like, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, Duskmourn's a phenomenal set. But having a simpler experience, both just as a change of pace and for newer players, is great. This set seems really good for that. So. Fire up the ghoul first to get some more damage. This is more of a synergy card for later. Alright, so here's a Courageous Goblin. 2/2/4/2. Attacks, the big creature gets bigger, so obviously we're happy to trade here if they want to trade. They also mulligan to 6. You should always be more inclined to... Whenever you're ahead, you want to trade. Similar to chess, where like, they mulliganed, they're behind on cards... We can see here right now, this is a very extreme example of a game state, right? Where we each have a 2/2, we each have 2 lands, we have 6 cards, they have 4 cards. So we are 2 cards ahead right now because they mulligan and so on and so forth. A trade here is great for us. We would love to see a trade. So we're on the draw, sorry. So they play land number 3. We got the Ghoul alongside the Sage for some sack synergy. We got a Rebuke. Alright, so we're gonna play Land Sage. They play up their lands they go. So like they have possible cards in hand we could be considering right now. They also mulligan. It's possible their hand is just bad, but need to be aware of tricks and stuff like that too. So we're gonna attack. Now the fear here is if we attack with the Ghoul and they block and they go to sack and they have like a Burst Lightning, that would be very awkward for us. Yeah, I'm gonna chill. This is a very conservative play, but we're ahead. It's got a bad vibe. It's almost like in drafts. I don't know what's in a set, but I'm just getting bad vibes here. So take a second. Probably would have been fine to attack there, but you know. So we got a reader here, reading the cards. Remember, it's the first time. My name is Jim. I'm a Pro Magic player, full-time content creator, and been doing Pro Magic for 20 years on and off, full-time content for 10. And if you haven't followed me, please do. Honestly, I just would really, it would just be swell. Yeah. I'd appreciate that. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'm on Blue Sky now. That's a new one. And yes, Flare, I know. I'm going to get a better thing. So they're going to involuntary employment on my Infestation Sage. This would steal this creature for 1 turn and make a treasure. This is obviously a very peculiar play. Think for a second here about like why would our opponent do this? The only thing I can think of is they have the 1 black spell. They have the I don't have it. Feed the whatever. They want to sacrifice the treasure and sacrifice this to kill something. That seems somewhat unlikely, but it's the only thing I can think of why they would do this. We'll just sacrifice it. We'll show a little respect. Don't give them a treasure. It's also possible they have that they don't have a they're missing a color, so treasure helps too. So yeah, so draw Harvester, it's fine. Attack with everything, play Harvester, all pretty good. Sacrificing also fizzles the spell, so no treasure. No blocks again, sure. Play Harvester. Eaten Alive was the card I was trying to talk about, yes. And that was obviously weird, but sure. I'm right down here, yes. They're going to Incinerating Blast, deal 6 damage to my Hungry Ghoul, and then they can loot if they want to, sure. Good exchange, obviously, 6 mana for 2. When we're trying to evaluate, is a kill spell good or not here? Looking at the mana exchange is a good way to do it. They discard a second copy of that, which is a little weird, actually, they have 6 mana, but... So we can deduce, obviously, that their hand is better than this card. And then we're just going to attack. I would say that we want to just leave this guy back and just try and steal stuff. It's fine. 5 mana, sorry, whatever. So they're going to block, sure. So they block here, and now you have the ability to exile a card from graveyard and make a copy of it. So I'd rather have a goblin than a zombie because it has an actual ability on it. So we'll tap this, eat this, make a copy of it. Cool. And then we have some spells in hand, and opponent's not doing much, you know. We're bronze. A lot of newer players in the set. They play an Icewind Elemental. That's obviously a fine card to play. We could bake in the pie end step and be very mana efficient, but we're showing reinforcements and then play this on our turn to have more attackers. Oh, I'm sorry. We also have the way so we could steal it too, which is gas. So this is better for a multitude of reasons. They discard throw a possibility. They play a land. We draw Serra Angels. Yeah. Bake this into a pie. And I guess 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure, whatever. So that's fine. Obviously, you know, is what it is. Moving on up. Not every game bronze is exciting. So chat, just notice Karn. That's Karn. He's my dog. Karn liberated, not wearing any pants. The sand's pretty bad. But I think with 3 lands and a rule spell, it's fine. We're going to keep it. Again, slower format. Of course, it's usually are. Figure it out. Sage, sure. These are nice lands. Yeah, we had a what's it called? A request to change the lands. So a lot of cats in the set, Karn, and a lot of dogs. Right, Karn? Cards does not care. Does not care at all. Cat Collector, my card's very good. So this is a card that we want to kill. Worth killing. Draw 4th planes. Unfortunately, one of the things about limited is you play an 8/8 mana base, you just draw 4 of one and 0 of the other, it just happens. That's why your first dual land or 2 is pretty valuable, honestly. But whatever. Gonna cast this. Gonna kill the collector. This card's insane. Honestly, this is the kind of card where you really want to try and gain the value off of it. So we played this card. They got their food either way, but they got no cat off it. They waited until turn 5. They could have played it, gained life immediately, or played Nighthawk, gain life, and then whatever. So it's good to try and wait on a card like this until you can gain value, which of course they didn't do, which is good for us. Card's good. Vampire Nighthawk is kind of a banger, but we're going to fire up our Warmand. We could try and play Hungry Ghoul and like try and draw a kill spell out, but I think I want to play this. Would I play Evolving Wilds in a 16 land draft deck? Honestly, yeah. Probably. So, best case scenario, Vampire Gourmand lives. Worst case scenario, it dies. It's just is what it is, you know? Alright, they go. So, we are going right to combat here. They have 5 mana up, 5 cards in hand. I'm going to assume they're going to bake in the pie my Gourmand when I move to combat. That's my guess. Alright, maybe not. So, now we attack. Are there flash creatures in the set? I don't know, honestly, but attack with this. Sack and draw is fantastic. We draw a Banishing Light. Could have played the Sage first, but I was honestly pretty sure they were going to kill this because like they have 5 mana up. So we're going to see in the early levels. I'm going to give my opponents a lot more respect. They might be prudent for the the scenario. But that's just me, you know, wanting to play a good clean game. So draw Banishing Light. I'm pretty happy to cast on Nighthawk. It's a great card. And like, again, they have a bunch of mana up and they haven't done anything, so this is interesting. But then we'll just play the. Is it the Sage or a Ghoul? I mean, they could have like a sweeper, I guess, like Wrath of Gods in a set, but let's play the Ghoul, whatever. Go nuts. Cast the Day Judgment. They play up. All right, Cathar Commando. Wow. Okay. So there's your flash creature. They can Commando, sack a food, and they're not gonna kill either Banishing Light.
Inconceivable!
Until now, which is. Oh, okay. Opponent knows what they're doing. All right, so they made some weird plays, but they make sense. So, again, whenever your opponent makes a play, it's your job to stop and ask, why do they make a play like this? What are they doing? What's their plan, right? So, they didn't sack end step because they had a Morbid effect. Makes sense. Cool. In that case, the result happened immediately. So, the deduction was not necessary. But that should be your muscle memory reflex for any play your opponent makes. It's like, okay, why did they do that? And try and figure it out. All right, so we'll Sage here and sack it and draw a card. It's cool what's set up there for them. And we sack this and draw. We draw a Luminous Rebuke, which is pretty good. Sure, let's take some damage. And there's a Burglar Rat in the set, a Ravenous Rat. We're going to hold the extra land, so we can discard that if we need to. Then we have the Rebuke to stop an attacker here. We could, like... It's only Nighthawk? This guy's going to stay home? Wow. It's kind of a weird play. Sure, let's kill Nighthawk, I guess. A little weird, but... Wow, alright. They are doing it. Alright, so Mischievous Pup here, Karn. Saves the Nighthawk, they can recast it. It's a pretty big game. Not really a card that you can play around there. The attack looks totally safe. So the thing is, like, there you might be like, well, Jim, why'd you play around that? Nothing they did looked weird at all. They just attacked with they made a good attack on a board where it was totally safe. How could we have known, you know? So totally fine. We draw Black Sorcerer, which is great. Now we have the Harvester too, which is also great. So we're going to start by attacking with this, and I guess we'll just draw. There's some inclination to like not want to draw because the 1/1 blocks the 3/1 really well. But I think next turn's going to be great for us. So I'll just draw. I forgot we had this card. Okay. That's a next turn sort of thing, I think. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Is not... Yeah, we're going to wait on this. We're just going to play the Harvester. Play Harvester. With the plan being, next turn, whenever I kill, I can steal at this. So I can bake in the pie their Banshee, and then I can steal it, play it, and kill something else, which is insane. Matt, reset, thanks so much. No worries, Matt, have you back, all right? So they fire for a huge attack. We're going to block the 3/1. Take a bunch here. That's fine. And then, will they kill if they kill the Harvester, I can just play Liliana minus, which is pretty good too. Sure, that's great. So, we draw Savannah Lions. I almost like just... Nah, I'm not going to play that. So, sure. We'll attack for 2, play Liliana. We'll -4. Each player stacks 2 creatures. And play Savannah Lions also, which is great. Playing Liliana first is more mana efficient, but at this stage of a game, mana efficiency isn't as important. So, Pruis and Saturday, I don't know yet. All right, so we're going to go attack for 2. No sacks. They have 2 cards, 2 mana. So let's go Liliana. Playing Lions to draw a card just seems worse than just like having a body in play. We're not going to have any shortage of cards coming up. So Liliana, draw a card. We draw reinforcements. Awesome. So there you go. And then Liliana, it's time to take over the game. They play it Phyrexian Arena, which is a good card. Not as good as our Liliana is. So we draw Pridemate. Sure. Baking into a pie to kill the Angel keeps our Liliana safe. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Plus, make a zombie. Let's kill this. Also get a life gain thing for our pride mate. It's cool too. So get a food. Send in the clowns. And the game is turning very fast here. They are drawing 2 cards a turn, but losing life, obviously. Got a great board. They play a Vengeful Blood Witch, which is only their stuff. We draw Banshee. Yeah, this game's just about over here, I think. I can just kill this. I would just hold the Banshee, honestly. I'm just gonna attack. Just attack. Make a token, sack the food. Yeah, sure, this is fine. So, cats. Rawr.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
All right, make this. Just say go.
Death is such an
We have the
effective
reinforcements also. There are 3. Feeling pretty good here. All right, sweet.
Game.
Well, that was great.
Blouses.
Not much more to say there. Also, want to remind you folks, we have our Pile Driver pre-release on Saturday. This is a fun community event that I run in my Discord. It's a 4-round pre-release. I guess it's a release event, but whatever. Where we have great prizes. It's free to play if you're a subscriber. All of those in the Discord. It's a lot of fun. I'll play if I have time. I can't promise that I will. But it's a really fun event. We're running them now for years, and they're great. Check them out. On the draw with a pretty bad hand. This is a hand that needs to draw planes or a black creature. That being said, on the draw, I think we're going to keep. We're going to keep. All right, so. Drawing planes. A swamp, not ideal. I can draw planes. I would say drawing Ghoul is good here. We could just sack the Ghoul to draw if we're feeling desperate. Alright, so we draw planes. The problem is that they're a little bit sketchy stuff going on here, right? They went 3 lands, they kept 7, and they haven't played anything. So, some sort of counterspell here feels kind of likely. That being said, this is where mana efficiency is very important, right? So, we could play like the Hunter, or like a worse card than the Primal Parent, and try to knock it countered here. But then next turn looks really awkward, right? Next turn I can go Ghoul and Hunter, so really mana efficient. If they have a counterspell, cool. If they don't, great. If they didn't, that's great. We're going to attack. Draw a card. It's great. The Vampire Gorman has been unbelievably good this draft so far. Alright, here's a Sky Mage. That is a card that is... I mean, it's good. It's very slut. Not a card you want your first play to be. This is a classic high ceiling, low floor card. Weaker limited players love cards like this because they see them win the game a lot. But they also lose you the game a lot. Because you just spend 4 mana and just do nothing and then die. So, we're going to go for a setup here. We're just going to Harvester and Sage. And draw a card. Attack. So we'll attack. Sack the Sage. See how the cool, like, sack synergy is happening here. We draw a land. Cool. And get it before. Play Harvester. This card's been kind of awesome. The Harvester. Just like 3-2 for 3 with huge upside. If you ever activate it once, it's pretty damn good. So... And I agree. I think 4 mana cards, I think that Modern Day Limited is reasonably fast and well-sized. And cards that can't block, especially up the mana curve, are rough. Because right now we see, I played a 2-drop and a 3-drop, and they just played this thing they couldn't block. And now they're at 14 or at 18, and you just snowball really, really hard. So, all right. So we're going to, I would like to play land. Once again, they have 5 mana up and 5 cards in hand, so super sketchy. I think we're going to... We could harvest... We could, like, sack the parent and harvester it. But I want to bake in the pie. This thing... Is Aetherize in the main set, or is it in the starter set? It's in the main set? Okay, so that's a card to watch out for. 4 mana instant. Bounce all attackers. I think that being said, that's a good card. The thing is, if they Aetherize me, though, I'm going to bake in a pie their creature and then harvester it, which is pretty good, too, so... I'm tired of this. Have a Stroke of Midnight. Target non-land permanent, and I make a 1/1. This card's pretty bad. Kill spells that give your opponent resources is not a good place to be. But so this is gonna happen. We get a 1/1, and now we're just gonna get our guy back. So I could sack and draw. We'll actually sacrifice the 1/1 and just draw a card, which is kind of gas. So sack this, and they're gonna take 2 damage, and now we'll just kind of weird. Let's attack there too. Obviously it's a mistake, but whatever. Get a new copy of it. Awesome. And then I guess we're just going to play stuff, right? Because I want to bake into a pie best. I think it's steal it also. So let's just do stuff. So there you go. Worst case scenario would be having Day of Judgment. But even then I have 2 great follow-ups. So no blocks. I could actually block and sack here. But I think that's fine. Yeah, this card. There's nothing again. Man, opponent's really pressing here. All right, we're on tap. We're gonna play around Aetherize again. Oh, only one Nightmare token. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So this can't be used again. Otherwise, you will exile all other Nightmares we control. Sure. So that's fair. Play land. And we're going to attack with, again, I think we're going to play on Aetherize again. Something like this. I guess this is a good thing to bounce too, right? So, and then we'll sack the Insect if they let us, or the Hunter if they let us. I'm not sure yet, but. All right, so they have the Aetherize. Cool. So, this is not ideal, but it's fine. We get to bounce all of our stuff. Gorman's gone, but we get to keep all the cards, which is fine. We could sack here. Oh, I'm going to. My hand's too full. So we'll just decline this sack. And then we'll get to go. Now we'll bake into a pie. There's their thing. And then steal it. And then play the Hunter and draw a card, which is cool. So I'll take this. And Hunter, draw a card. And
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
all right. They have a rare too. They have Kaikar Zephyr Awakener. 1 mana 3/4. If you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. You blink a thing or make a token. Sure. All right, sure. But I'm knocking things over. Rolling out of there would have been really, really good. So we'll take it. That's cool. Cruising. All right. Hand's great. Keep. Nice. You open the best Mythic in the set. We cast Liliana once so far, right? So, to be fair. Dustborn was a very complicated set. It was an excellent set. I think Dustborn was a phenomenal limited set. For me, it's top 5 Arena limited set of all time. So, but it's complicated, but that's why it's fun. Because it's like there's so many things to do and so many moving parts and stuff, so. I'm honestly pretty happy with that exchange. Spectral Sailor is a pretty awesome card draw engine in limited, and now we traded our crappy 1-drop for it. They have. We currently don't have an answer for our Gormand, really, or any fodder for Gormand. We have our Harvester again, though, which is great. Top 5 limited sets in the Arena era. Damn, man. Kaldheim, Duskmourn, Ikoria. Maybe Neon Dynasty. What are all sets? I don't even know. Ikoria, Kaldheim. Neon Dynasty was really fun. Oh, Marks the Machine was great. Didn't like Wild Development that much. All right, so they're gonna legitimate business person my guy and find 3. They're a 3-color deck. They're Grixis so far. We've drawn all lands. That's not good. All right, need some help here. Lord of the Rings was whatever. It was a cool set, but I didn't think it was a very fun limited format. Play a Lookout and play a Evolving Wilds. Sure. I didn't fully get Strixhaven, but it was a good format. Right, well, we'll draw a spell eventually, right? Have I done BTM for all sets in the arena era? No. First BTM was, oops, wrong button, was Ikoria. Bacon to a pie, sure. So, unfortunately, we're in a spot where they have a looter and we have nothing. I'm not going to kill this looter, though, with the bacon the pie. It's ridiculous, I think. So, we got bangers in our deck for sure. So, Bloomburrow is your first set, says Kaylee. What makes this set good or bad? Limited set? Replayability, I think, modality. Bloomburrow wasn't like a bad set, but Bloomburrow was a very, very linear set. Each color pair did one thing. If you were red-green, your deck did A. If you were green-black, your deck did B. There's very, very little like granularity between the different decks. So you kind of just like did the thing you're supposed to do. Hopefully you did it well, and that's it. Whereas a set like Duskmourn had like a bajillion things to do. You know, you could have two blue-green decks that were vastly different from each other and both be good. So, all right, well, again, I think we're pretty behind here, but they discarded a Campus Guide to their looter, so that's their hand is better than Campus Guides in theory. They discard a Billowing Shriekmass. Jeez. They're discarding good cards to this looter, which is scary. But all right, here's an Arbiter of Woe. So this isn't that bad. So they sack their real creature. A Strix Lookout. They draw a card. I discard a Lamb, which isn't that relevant, and now we're just gonna kill it. It's not bad. Could have been a lot worse for us. So kill this. Get it for a bunch. I mean, Zombifies him a set, right? We have reinforcements. We can end step that. We got Bodies and a Sarah Angel, but of course they have a lot of cards in hand. We have our own Avatar Arbiter of Woe too, so. Alright, well, there's Zombify. Does Foundations have a stance for a rank high of Nostalgia? I mean, a little bit. You know, like, playing Sarah Angel is cool, I guess. Alright, the question here is they have a counterspell in their hand. They have blue, 1-up, and 4 cards in hand. They're playing a very controlling deck. I mean, the problem is, like, when do things get better for us? They don't really. Yeah. All right, well, we're just going to close our eyes and cast the card. Hey! That's a bingo.
Bingo!
Works for me. All right, we're rolling. 5-0. All right, we're cruising. Very modest hand here. Just some beaters. We got Svat Lions into Hungry Ghoul. That's good. It's fine. Life, sure. All right. Well, we ghouling. Drawing a land here would be nice. Heartfire Immolator. Pretty good card. Better in blue-red, obviously, but I guess we'll attack here. Would I trade Ghoul for Immolator? I guess I would. Like, it's fine. This card's obviously can just trade off anyway, so. They block, you can also sacrifice the Lions, which wastes our mana, but that's the weirdest block. So this block makes no sense. One of the things you want to do is never give your opponent options, right? They block the Hungry Ghoul. My only option is to either let them take 2 and trade, or sack Lions and keep my Ghoul alive. That means they take no damage, my Ghoul lives, the Lion dies, and may trade. By doing it this way, they're basically forcing that option and not even letting me take the other options, which are like just they're taking 2 here. I can't I can't talk, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. This doesn't make any sense. But sure, great, awesome. That is a great exchange for us. They blocked the worst creature and took 2 damage for no reason, basically. Here's a Loot Exuberant Explorer. Play additional land, and then 6 mana. This card's very, very good. This mana, it's a ramp ability. It's also a mana sink ability, which is great. Card's good. All right, we draw Banishing Light and no land. That's bad. All right. Oh, we're coming in. We're going big, folks. 1/4 body's nice. All right, so block there. Should I sacrifice it? We are getting aggressive. Loot is a very, very good inevitability card, where if the game goes long and they have a loot in play, we're going to lose. So now the pressure's on us to end the game. Just the usual, who's the beatdown? If you haven't read it, that's your homework. Attack for 1. Sure. I'm going to play a Goblin Borders. This is a raid card. And a land elf, sure. First elves we've seen. We draw land, awesome. So now it's awkward because like we kind of want to kill the 4/3 to keep getting in, but killing loot is more important. So we just gotta kill loot here, I think. Just kill loot, say go. All right, that's pretty juicy. You know, we got some good cards in our hand too. So we're not like a huge rush. Not gonna offer a trade here. It's a bad trade for us. So I think raid is a very good mechanic, especially in a core set, because it trains players to play their cards post combat. It's fun. And I imagine they'll get in for 4 here. They're offering Llanowar Elves for 1/1. I would say that's an exchange I want to make. I'm in. Making the trade. Play a land. 2 cards left. We draw Liliana. Well, now I got something to play for here, right? So, we want to try and gain a token of us if we can. That being said, this does trade with this 1/1 and leave behind a food. Double blocking with the parent does also, but the material from the parent might be better. It's still better, I think. So there you go. They got 5 mana and 3 cards left. We're blocking. If they have a trick here, it's not 2 for 1, so it's only 1 card. It's fine. It's a good exchange. Play a... So, unfortunately, that worked out poorly for us, because if we had traded Collector, and then the token could have blocked the Warrior Thespian, is what it is. We draw another non-land. All right, so we got some work to do here. We're going to just gonna say go. If we get to make a token of Collector, that'd be insane for us. We're going to be gain life for the first time for each of your turns, so no blocks here. Want to try and get life here and get a token. 1/1 is huge on this board with the Warrior Thespian. They play a Sower of Chaos. This is a 4/3, makes so things can't block for very expensive. That's fine. We draw Hunter. We're going to play this, try to draw land. Drawing a land here would be the Stones. Any land, please. Love it. And now I get to go crack the food. Make the 1/1. Now I got blockers for days. I got value of my Collector, which is awesome. And now we're just buying time. We got Kill Spell, 5-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop. They're the beatdown, we're the control deck. They make an attack that looks phenomenal for us on paper. Let's see if it is or not. They have tricks. Sure. Totally fine. Trade 1/1. Got a great block in there also. They get Surveil. They bin a card. Great. So they go. Great. Draw land. Awesome. So, we'll just Sarah Angel here. And honestly, I think there's a good chance we just block with the Sarah Angel, given the option. I don't know yet. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but play Angel. Just. I'm not blocking. I'll attack for 1. Should attack first, I guess. They're all like some random flash creatures, I think, but whatever. A little sloppy, but is what it is. So honestly, that was very bad. Basically, if it's like a flash 4/2. If they blocked and ate my cat, it would have turned on Morbid on the Banshee. So the question now here is, do I want to block with Sarah Angel or not? I think I do. I think that we're very, very ahead this game. Our hand's phenomenal. and then I think getting cheesed out by like some, you know, a burn spell. Oh, you can't block, kill you out of nowhere, so we're going to lose this game, so we're just going to block. Obviously, our Angle is a much better card than Sower of Chaos is, but our goal here is to stay alive. They play a Dragon Trainer, sure. Alright. We'll just Liliana here. Being able to Liliana minus is pretty insane, so we could like try and like maybe attack and Morbid or whatever, but we're not gonna mess around here. So Liliana's very good, in case you were wondering.
Smell the decay. Yours will be a fate worse than undeath.
We got to untap with Lily here, the game is over. Play Shivan Dragon. So plus it. And play this, there you go. And I think we're off to the races. Freaking general. Slag Storm. 3 damage to each creature. Yeah, we'll just draw 2. Draw a card. Draw a card. Sure. Whoa, Brazen Scourge, man. They actually had the stones here. If we'd have the kill spell here, we'd have lost to Liliana too. Unfortunately for them, we do. Sorry. Not sorry. I have a private. That was dumb. I have private made. That was stupid. I should have done that. We draw Arbiter of Woe. So let's make a zombie. We'll cast Arbiter of Woe. Sack this. Draw 2 cards. They discard a card. Gain some life.
Time to get my hands dirty.
And yeah, no Planeswalker mode on Slagstorm. We can put this game up to pasture here. What we're doing here.
No, don't do this. Enough is enough.
An opponent agrees. All right. We're cruising, folks.
After it was all over,
We're rolling.
he took us in the house to serve us pancake.
All right. 6-0, the most dangerous lead in a draft. If you watched episode 1, you will have noticed that we were 6-0 and then lost 3 in a row. We're trying to not do that again if possible. And it's fine. Let's go. Tender Bruises on YouTube and Twitch. Turn 1 Llanowar Elves. Come on down. All right. Well, we got the Hungry Ghoul. Got the Hunter. Chillin says, any tips for beginners starting out Foundations being their first set? You're doing it right now. If you want to win on draft, this is the place to be. Bronze Mythic is, early episodes of Bronze Mythic are great for that. And honestly, just read articles, watch content, take it all in. Magic's tough, folks. It's a very, very difficult game. It is also the best game ever made. So take your time, take your lumps, and happy to have you. Chillin. You're a sub now. You can come play the Paladar Preludes for free if you want this Saturday. It's in the Discord. All right, so trading Ghoul for Ranger is, I mean, turn 2 Ranger is pretty nasty. Probably fine, honestly. I have second Ghoul too. I'm gonna go Land Hunter attack. Trading the Hunter off is obviously, it's like not a 2-for-1 because it's just a card too, so. Cool, this is fine too, so. Get our bodies out there and keep it going. We got our Harvester too, which has been really good for us. Land's a good draw. Casting Arbiter of Woes. This card's been great, honestly. Definitely need to be playing like a sacrificey deck like this and have fodder around, but what do you think, Karn? What do you think of this card, huh? Hey, Karn. You're famous. Everyone say hi to Karn. Down, Risa, thanks so much. Here comes the 3/3 Beastkin Ranger. Take 3. No pre-combat creature. Interesting. Whenever a creature ETBs gets a buff, so they're saying go here. So again, a little sketchy. 4 mana, 5 cards, looking a little weird. I believe there's a flash 4/2. There's also a destroy attacker kind of card. I'm going to play it somewhat safe here. Attack with just the Hungry Ghoul. Mad reset, thanks so much. There's a rebuke. Sure. Cool. Fine exchange. I'll take that all day. Play Harvester and say go. We also drew out the removals over the Harvester too, so. And then now we can go sack a thing and Harvester it next turn, which is cool too. Working up to our Arbiter of Woe. That's fine also. You always want to be playing towards something. Right now we know we're playing towards Arbiter of Woe, so these sort of exchanges are fantastic for us. They're using kill spells on a non-central creature. We draw a land. Cool. So we go land. I would trade either one of these for a Llanowar, so I will attack. Cool. Play the Ghoul. Could have played Ghoul first, I guess, because I wanted to block and like Giant Growth Throne creature, but sure, whatever. PT reset, thanks so much. Oh, I had a Rogue tonight, unfortunately. Got my Rogue Chill Hibiscus. They got a Sarah Angel. Sure. Does block the Arbiter. Interesting choice if they attack. Don't want to try and block. We're trading Hungry Ghoul and then like one of these for the 4/3, and then playing Arbiter, which makes a good exchange. Draws a card. They discard a card. Can block Sarah Angel. Just playing to our big stuff. We're going down to 10, back up to 12. If I play Arbiter of Woe and they kill it and attack for a bunch next turn, it's pretty bad for us. And also, I want a mana sacrifice. I'm gonna block attack now. Block here, sack the Sage. Hopefully no Giant Growth. That would be devastating, but they didn't have it a prior turn, I don't think, so. Oh my god. Alright, take one. We draw Banishing Light. Sick. So we go land, play the Arbiter, sack this Cat. Sad we're not getting their last card here, but because the last card's the best card, obviously, but draw a card, discard a card, great exchange. This is a 3-for-1 card advantage. They discard a Inspiring Paladin, so they're saying the card in their hand is better than that. And now we're just looking for something to believe in. Draw some nice card off the top of our deck. Excuse me. Here comes Sarah Angel. With a kill spell in our hand, we're not going to trade here. So they have a Scavenging Ooze. That is a good last card to have. Okay, we draw a Luminous Rebuke. The good news is they have not much green mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in graveyards, though. Alright, I think we're going to Banishing Light the Sarah Angel attack, and then they'll ooze, eat a few things, and attack us back, and we'll just kill it. So, that's fine. One card left. Ooze is a banger. It's a really good card to top off on. We will attack with both. Yeah, sure, it's fun. And yeah, faster. All right, so eat a creature, gain a life, get a counter. Nothing we've done shows our opponent that we have this card, so they should not play around it. This is certainly a card that can be somewhat obvious at times, but Well, we're back to square one here. Here's Banishing Light. That gets the Arbiter. The good news is, though, that if we kill the Banishing Light, it'll ETB trigger again. We have a Banishing Light left in our deck. So, that's cool. Yeah, just see some Slumber with a different name. I don't know why, but... Alright, so... No blocks. They're not going to pump. So I kill it, so whatever. Get out of here.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, I don't know what Disfigure did wrong to be forced to become Stab, but... Alright, so... We draw Ace of Alliance. Alright. Not a card you want to draw on turn 14, but whatever, it's fine. Better than nothing. Currently, I guess winning the race with the Insect token in the air. That was insane. Elvish Regrower. Still a lack of green mana on their side, but that's very, very bad for us. There's 4-3, 2 for 1. Ooze is back, and now we're in big trouble. So now we need to draw something good to win this game. Disfigure is too gruesome, but Stab isn't. That's why Disfigure got kicked out of the core set. Hunter's pretty good too. They have drawn only 5 lands this game, and then literally all spells, which is a good thing to do in a game of limited. We've drawn 7 lands, so they are 2 spells ahead of us, but we'll see what we can do. Here's a Dwin Gitleaf Dayan. This is a Lord for Elves. Whenever it attacks, gain a life for each attacking elf you control. Alright, that's bad. Here comes the 5-4. Just going to take this. I think our best draws involve having creatures in play, so... Oh my god, man. Come on. Alright, well... Can't win them all, unfortunately. They drew a 6 land. It is green. And here is a... Oh my god, man. A lot of spells. Good deck. Two counters. And all of our blocks now are pretty heinous. Probably got to just do this and this. Even then, like, Liliana doesn't do anything. I don't think it'd be outs, honestly. If we draw, like, Banishing Light into something else, Banishing Light, get back our Arbiter, gain some life. But, yeah, sure. It's very, very hard to go 7-0 in a draft. You know, every individual game of limited, you know, there's a decent amount of inherent variance. You know, it's just what it is. That's why I went best of 3 on the Pro Tour, you know? So, 6-1, no worries. Ugh. It's not a great hand. Opponent mulligans. We're going to mulligan too. You know, when you see a hand like this, you know, if you use the untapped overlay, which is free to download, they just sponsor me with, they're freaking awesome. There's a link for it in chat. You can see here, you can look and see that we are 24% to draw planes. So that means that 3/4 of the time, our hand won't function and we're going to lose. So opponent mulligan also, pretty easy mulligan. So we're going to mulligan into a much better hand. Cool. A very expensive hand, but a better hand. So 6-drop, 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 5-drop. We got a bottom of 6-drop here. Arbiter is the card that requires the most out of us. I'm going to put in the Arbiter. So this card stabilizes the board by itself, as does the Liliana. But we're going to keep. This hand's not great, but what are you going to do? You know, mulligan 6, not going to 5. Got to have a little faith in your deck, draw some spells, you know? They play a Slumbering Cerebus. Like that guy right there. Doesn't tap during your tap step and morbid untap. I mean, it hits pretty hard, but we draw plains. Need some swamps. Need some stuff. So it gets locked up. Doesn't untap now. And they missed the land drop also. Oh, we got an ugly game here, folks. We got an ugly one. Don't turn, just turn away and don't look, all right? It's funny. We've drawn Savannah Lions. I like almost want to not play it. Because if they have like a burst lightning, they're going to untap this and attack again. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? Yeah, Karn's hiding right now. He's very well hidden right here. So they go. They're also getting priority pause too, so. Play land. Play Goblin or draw another Plains. Okay. We have Guarded Air next turn. Now they don't have the mana to use it on their end step, so let's play the Lions. That was Lions into the Hare, which should hold the fort pretty well. That's bad. Alright. Well. Now we try to beat Krenko. I mean, we better draw an answer to this. We should draw a Swamp, right? A Swamp or a Banishing Light. Oh my god. Smog Monday. Alright. I mean, if I attack, something will die, right? There's no way they just take 6 here. Alright. Maybe they will just take 6. They didn't even blink. They didn't even flinch. Alright, I guess. Sure. Yeah, just stone cold. Didn't even get... And they have this thing to untap, too. Like, that's an insane no block. That's absurd. Alright. Here we are. Oh, chat. Where'd you go, chat? Come back here. They had the burst lightning. This untaps. Oh, untaps on the end step. No, they attack. I think we're dead here, folks. They get 6 more goblins. We can't draw a thing anyway. There's no way they can take this much damage, right? I mean, we're just dead anyway, right? I don't think it matters, but... Alright. We sort of got him. The problem is, I think that the mob boss is going to take us down here. We kill the Krenko. They make 6 goblins in response. Yeah. 9, block 3, take 8. We're pretty dead. Windscarred Crag, Leroy Jenkins. We take 8 and gain 1. Goblin Surprise! Smog Monday! Alright. Alright. Maybe there is a curse. Maybe there is a 6-0 curse that I'm unaware of, but sure. That's cool. Whatever. I respect that. Alright. Oh, no. We got a trophy match here, folks. And, what's up, Mohawk? What's up, Sax? I guess we're gonna mulligan. On the play with the 2-lighter. Can't keep this one. So mulligan into... Oh, my God, man.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Not going to 5. Is there a curse? Maybe there is a curse. Yeah, there's definitely a curse. Alright. There's like a 4-2 flash, right? I'm just going to say go. Okay. We just want to draw like a bunch of swamps and then some boom booms. Lion's blocking a 2/2 next turn. That's what it's doing. All right. I mean, we're not banishing like a 2/2, so we'll say go. How about swamp, 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 all spells? How about that? We do that. That is a better target for my Banishing Light. And now they don't want to attack with this. Alright. Sure. Whatever. Is that a giant growth pause? Alright. So, that is a terrible giant growth. Let me try to play this great. One of the things that happens a lot in like low-level limited play is people think about combat in a very binary sense. They think about, do I have a trick? Yes or no. To finish my point, do I have a trick? Yes or no. I have a 2/2. You have a 2/2. I attack. You block. I have a trick. I cast it. Not thinking about like what it does to your mana that turn, or like if there's a better spot. Trading their 1/1 token for my Savannah Lion is a great exchange for them. That's awesome. You want that to happen. There's no reason to use a giant growth there, and you can find a much better spot for it typically. You know, so talk about it this game, obviously, but didn't draw black anyway. All right, well, sometimes you're the cat or something. I don't know. I got nothing.
It's over. We lost again. Let it go and accept the truth that we is dumb. Dumb as hell.
Alright, I mean, I guess like the elf double overrun pre-con deck is reasonable enough to lose to, but alright, so I guess there is a 6-0 curse. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I guess. Alright, so maybe there is a 6-0 curse. That last deck was pretty good, obviously. I mean, obviously, true spells, maybe the game would be a bit different. This deck was pretty good. Definitely, you know, more synergy than our last deck, but not a great amount of synergy. Savannah Lions is not, like, great in this deck. Neither was the Pride Mate. There's some cards in this deck that are, like, kind of iffy, but the overall core was good. We had some Hungry Ghouls, some good sack stuff going on, good top end, good removal spells. Again, kind of a core steady draft deck for sure. Maybe a little top heavy. You know, we have 3 6 drops, 3 5 drops. It's a little much, but a lot of removal spells also. Just a good deck, you know. Lost some stinkers there at the end. Is what it is. But yeah, what are you going to do? So there you go. 6-3, no trophies yet. Maybe next time. Episode 3 will be on Thursday. YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.